Good evening, everyone. I'm Tammy Irvin with Mag Real Estate,
Hi, and I'm Laura Kramer with Mag Real Estate.
and we are going to be talking about staging and pricing your home before you get it listed. So, with that being said, let's jump right in.
Yeah, so tonight's going to be fun. It's going to be about curb appeal and first impressions. Um, so let's get started, and we're going to start with the outside.
Let's do it. So, I always say, the first impression is so important. Just making sure that your yard is kept nice, your mulch is fresh, um, windows cleaned.
Yes, maybe a little staging would be
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
Doesn't have to be a lot.
No, but we always want to make sure too that if you have dead bushes or overgrown bushes, please trim those up.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And then if you have dead plants, just go ahead and pull those up. Be sure and water your grass. Try to make it as green as you can, but at the same time, we do have water restrictions from time to time here, so we know we have to stay up to date on all of those things too, right?
Yes, yeah. It is the first impression
It is the first impression
because
for
they get a feeling of what the house might look on the inside.
Yes.
Is what I feel like.
It kind of sets the tone, honestly.
Yes, definitely sets the tone.
It definitely does.
So I always say buyers decide fast. Sometimes within the first few seconds of walking in, they know how the home's going to feel.
Sure. There's actually a statistic that says that buyers actually know whether they like the home or not within the first 8 seconds. So, with that being said, it could be maybe not in the yard, but the yard definitely, you don't want a bunch of trash and just all the things, right?
Yeah.
But within the first 8 seconds of walking into a home, they already have those emotions, the smell, the cleanliness, the organization, just all the things, right?
And you do want them to walk your house.
You do.
So you want them to walk your house.
Absolutely. And I think we had talked about this earlier too, is I've literally had clients walk into a house and the smell, the clutter would immediately turn them off, and they were like, seen enough of this, and we walk right back out. Which
that's what we don't want.
We don't want that.
We don't want that.
We don't want that at all. We don't.
So what should a seller do first that you would recommend?
Well, of course, we want to make sure that the outside is clean. So make sure your lights are all freshly replaced. You don't want a bunch of burned out lights. Of course, usually your showings are during the day, but still it just shows that you care about it. Make sure the porch is dusted off, swept off. And your favorite is cleaning the windows.
Yes, the windows, please.
Please clean the windows.
Yes.
And then, of course, like we said, let's put some fresh mulch in, take the old plants out. But,
even just cleaning the door.
I even say stage the front porch.
Yes.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with putting a rocking chair and a table, or 2 chairs and a table on the front porch, just to make it look inviting, and a wreath on the door. They're important.
Yes, clean windows are huge. They do show up in our pictures.
They do.
And they show up in our videos. And they also make the home feel brighter before the buyers walk in.
Sure. And for photos, because we're going to put that on the listing on the internet, and we want all that beautiful light in.
Good lighting.
Yes.
I was just going to say that. Good lighting.
Good lighting.
It helps a lot.
Sure.
And here's a fun one. This is my favorite, actually. What's the color that sells the most with front doors?
Front door. So front door color is a real thing. It has been proven that you will get about $6,450 more if your front door is black. Who even knew a black front door would bring you that kind of money? But that doesn't mean for everybody to go out and paint their front door black. I think that it should be relative to what your roof looks like, your brick, your masonry. You just want a nice flow, and make sure it's cleaned off. We don't want a dusty door. And also, even if you need to replace the hardware, sometimes the hardware becomes tarnished and discolored from the sun.
Yeah. But the mulch, it does make a difference, and you don't even have to get that many bags.
No.
Just to kind of refresh it a little bit makes a big difference.
Sure. And this is maybe me, But whenever I'm asking clients to redo the mulch, I tell them black. I figure if it works on the front door, maybe it works with the mulch.
That's true.
I don't know.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
it just looks nice with the black.
Yes, it really stands out.
Sure.
So, true or not true, buyers do not care about the front porch because they only care about the inside.
I think that the front porch and just the whole entry to the home sets the tone.
Yeah.
So I absolutely believe the front porch matters.
Yes,
for
definitely.
Sure.
I agree. 100%.
Yeah.
So that's such a good point. A buyer may not say, I love the clean porch, but they feel it.
They do.
They definitely do.
They do. It's emotional, right?
Yes.
And buying a house is emotional.
It is.
It's literally your biggest purchase you're going to make in your life. And and it's not like it's funny, but it's emotional because it's such a big thing, right?
And you want your house to stand out, I feel, from all the other houses that are in the market. And if your house looks good on the outside, then that makes them wonder and want to see the inside.
You're not wrong.
Yes. And I'm the same way. So I'm always looking at people's yards.
Yes.
So why does staging matters? Now let's move inside.
Okay.
So we've covered the outside.
Yeah.
Why would it matter to
Because like we said, that first 8 seconds that a client is in the house, the smell, the cleanliness, they're looking at the baseboards, they're looking to see if there's dog hair on the floor, they're looking at the vents.
Yes.
They're looking at all the things, right? And the smell. Like I keep saying.
But I feel like a lot of times they don't see the vents. We see them because we're
looking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's our job, right?
We
look and we want to sell your house. So that's important to us.
Sure.
So that is huge. So staging is not just decorating.
No, it's not.
A lot of people think, why do I have to decorate my house?
Yeah.
But it's not just decorating.
Yeah, it's not. I had a couple of just statistics here. I did one on kitchens, and it says that dark olive green counters or cabinetry is a top seller. It brought an extra $1,600 on average for olive green, which we all know it looks sophisticated.
It does.
It looks warm. It reeks of quality and class, right? So I feel like that's a really important takeaway there. Mm-hmm. Also, since we're talking about the kitchen, I would also say just make sure those cabinets are cleaned off, right? Just make sure everything is tidy as possible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So most agents are saying staging matters at least some of the time.
All the time.
All the time.
All the time.
Right?
Yes.
I agree.
We can't see your beautiful home with the clutter and not being staged, right?
No. And I think it's because it's so emotional, it makes it harder to take your pictures off the wall.
It does.
Or
I hate telling people they have to take their personal items off the wall. Like our go-to is nothing with eyes should be out, right? So just
hunting.
Yeah, so keep the deer heads and the family pictures. Like, try not to.
So this is another favorite of mine.
Okay.
Besides the front door. I love the front door because mine is black.
Okay.
So I can sell my home. No, I'm kidding. So what are the most important rooms to stage?
The top 3 are going to be your kitchen, the living, and the master.
Yes.
When people are doing home searches on Zillow, Realtor.com, all the things, those are the 3 in order rooms that are most interesting to them.
And it's interesting that now that we're talking about this, that sometimes I feel that even if your home is vacant, maybe those would be the 3 rooms to focus on.
To stage. Yes.
Yeah. That would be, and it would not have to be the entire house.
Right.
And
I'm pretty sure that I said this, but I just want to say it one more time, that the baseboards are important.
Oh.
Very important.
Yes.
So if you need to caulk and paint, it really makes a difference. Like I just showed a house last weekend and their comment was there's no caulking on the trim, and it needs to be touched up. And I was like, you're right. You're not wrong. People look.
Yeah, and they start
wondering. They open the shower. They look at all the things, right?
Yeah, they start wondering why.
Yeah.
And we're trying to avoid having to talk about
and I think that's well said. Like as your agent and staging, we're not like trying to be coarse or harsh with you. We're just trying to prevent any potential questions and, you know, critical
because it starts with small things and then they start looking for things just because
they want to know the house was loved. They're like, if you can't love it, how can you expect me to love it?
So, truth or not true, a stage home always means you have to spend thousands of dollars.
No. We can stage your home or have a professional stager stage your home with what you have. Yeah. And a lot of times that just means moving a couch from this wall to that wall, or totally taking a chair out and potentially putting it in the corner of another room just to make the other room look cozier. Like, it's easy to shuffle things around, right?
And especially if you're already planning on moving, maybe that would be a good time to start packing up a little bit. Right. And of course, we walk the house with you and we give you as much as, advice as we can.
Right. And that's another 2 point is you're going to have to move. So why not pack up the things that you're not, using, right?
Yeah. Or that are going to help you sell your home.
Exactly. I'm sorry. I was reading one of the comments. It says, this all matters so much more in this market. You are right. This matters so much more in this market because we're not in a seller's market. We're in a buyer's market. Sellers could put houses up on the market and they would be sold right quick and in a hurry. And sometimes people didn't even look. They just looked at the pictures and moved on. Not today. Not today.
Yeah. And then they decide so fast. Exactly. On the internet, they're already seeing what the house is going to look like.
With that being said, that determines is that are you getting showings or are you not getting showings? Chances are the reason that you're not getting showings is because the pictures didn't do the home justice and you didn't declutter and your pricing isn't correct.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's exactly what we talked about earlier. There was, some houses that had a very big sectional. Yeah. And you can't see the flow of the floor plan.
No, you can't.
And, we're doing videos and pictures and trying to go around and, but when you actually have someone in the home walking it with you, you want to make sure your spaces look bigger.
You do.
But
also in the video and the pictures, when you have too much furniture, you shrink the room, smaller. Right? Yep. So we don't want to shrink the room. We want everything to look flowing.
Yeah. And then what would you say would be more examples? Like clear the kitchen counters.
Yes. Like definitely clear the kitchen counters. Make sure for the pet owners, we want to make sure all the hair is gone. The smell is fresh and the animals also be put away. It's not because people don't like your animals. There's actually legit some people who are allergic to animals, and there are actually people who are actually scared of animals.
Yeah. And then also we talked about family photos.
Yes. I know it's so cruel, emotional. But it is so emotional. So we know that it's emotional for you to have them, but it's also emotional for the person coming to look at the house, to look at them because they can't emotionally connect to the house because you're already connected.
Yes.
So we need to make that disconnect. Which is so hard as the seller. I totally understand and I feel sorry. But at the end of the day, my job is to sell your house.
Yes, true. And you also had mentioned a plant on the table.
Yes.
Like just putting plants on the table. Or maybe not the candles, but doing the plugins.
Right. To
smell good.
Right. I always say plugins just because if you light a candle and you leave for the showing and maybe they're behind and they don't get to the showing on time, and that candle's been burning for a couple of hours, I don't want to cause a house fire. So I always recommend the plugins, and they don't over perfume the air, right? We don't want people to walk in and feel nauseous because it's too much, right?
Yes. Or overwhelming.
Sure.
So the goal is not perfect. The goal is just easy to picture.
Exactly. Okay. And comfy.
Yes.
And welcoming.
And cozy.
Yeah. Yes.
So we're going to move on to easy staging ideas seller can actually use.
Sure.
Okay, let's just get practical. A seller says, I live here, I have kids, I have pets, I have stuff. That's everything we were just talking about. What can I actually do?
So I think that that's a really good point. We're not asking you to move out of the house. We know that you live there. I always say use a like a laundry basket or something for your bathroom to put all your toiletries, your curling iron, your makeup, all the things that you get ready with in the morning, and potentially your towels. Just go ahead and put them out of the way in the basket and slide them into the closet instead of sitting out on the countertop. We want all that to look spacious and clean.
And it'll be easy. So if you have last minute showing or, somebody wants to see your house, it just make it easy for you to be able to
take it in and out.
Yes.
And not have to worry about forgetting it or.
Yeah. So the basket idea is my favorite.
Yes. And then of course I always recommend using vinegar on the shower on the shower glasses just to try to get rid of the hard water spots because we have that here.
Yes, so, a lot.
I will say one more thing on the bathroom is also the master bathroom / bedroom. The most luxurious color for a bedroom was navy blue.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. And it brought almost $2,000 more on the price of the house by just using those colors.
Now that we're talking about colors, what are the colors that are not favorable?
Not favorable. Those are going to be like your bright reds, yellow, lime green, turquoise. Those really harsh colors. Yeah, harsh colors.
And if you do have those colors and you can't change the paint, we talked about neutralizing.
Yeah.
The bedding.
Right.
The decor.
Yes.
Just things that can help.
Right. And we always recommend that on the beds to try to just use neutral colors and not anything printed. Just a solid color. And if you need something that's printed, then potentially a pillow. Yes.
So those are all good tips because people actually live in their homes. So these are just things that would help just make it easy for, like I said, somebody that wants to go see your home.
Yeah, for sure.
Nobody wants to pack up their entire life every morning.
No.
So, we talked about the bedrooms. And what about depersonalizing?
So I feel like depersonalizing is very important. People cannot imagine themselves in the house if you're there, right? That's why they're not there when we show, is because we want the house to look like it's their house, right?
So like the diplomas and the trophies and the collections. I know I have collections.
Yes.
I'm like the worst person with collections. But there's just a lot of things.
Sure.
Especially family photos.
Yeah.
That can feel emotional for sellers. So I would say truth or not truth. More furniture makes a room look bigger.
No. True. Not true. It can make it look stuffy and congested, and it can shrink the size of the room, to be honest.
I feel like a lot of the ones that we see is the sectional.
Yes, the sectionals.
Having the oversized sectionals.
Yeah, and I know that everybody loves those oversized sectionals, and they're big and they're comfy. But remember that the size of the room matters too. So when you're buying that big giant couch, just remember what size the room is.
Yeah, that's very true. I've actually had some people that walked the homes and wanted to measure tape certain things because they couldn't picture what they had.
Sure.
You know, in the home.
Sure.
So that does make a big difference.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about decluttering and all that. What about cleaning? Let's talk about cleaning now.
Let's do. Okay. So
the baseboard.
Let's just clean those filters. Let's clean those vents. Let's clean the baseboards. Let's wipe down the cabinets. Again, like I said, the hard water spots.
Yes.
Scrub the sinks. Scrub the toilets. Please scrub the toilets.
And the hair.
Yes, and the hair. And I always say just leave the toilet seats down. It just looks more finished that way. Yeah,
touch up. I would say touch up the paint.
Yes.
Even if it's just like little areas. Clean the carpets.
The thing is like, yes, so definitely touch up the paints because our children touch the walls and all the things, right? But also because sometimes there's little just hairline cracks of, you know what I'm saying? And it's so much easier for you to touch it up than for somebody to not buy your house because of one little simple thing, right?
Even the appliances. Yes. We're talking about stainless steel.
Yes.
You know, the prints on the fridge or
the stove or the microwave or the dishwasher. Please just wipe it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing was your home smelling good.
Yes, please. And when we say that, we don't want you to go and drown it and make it hurt somebody's head versus, you know, just a light scent.
Yeah. So not overpowering, but just making it feel and smell good.
Yes. Okay, hold on. Somebody asked. Okay. We got 2 questions.
Oh, awesome.
The real question. Oh, he was saying like when you declutter, it makes you look like you really want to sell the home, right? So if you're not willing to do all the things, it doesn't make you look like you really want to sell the house.
Yeah, and everything that we
effort, if you will. Yes. Effort, if you will. And then Destiny said, what do we think are the most important rules and give the biggest impression of the home? And I'm not sure, but I thought we said the kitchen, the living, and the master bedroom and bath. Those are your 3 hot points.
And your entry door when you're walking out from the outside.
And the master closet. The master closet is super important. I have people who walk into a master bedroom, they'll walk right through the bathroom, slightly glazed, but go straight to that closet. They want to see how big the closet is. So if we're in the summer, go ahead and pack up those winter clothes and get them out of the way. Or if we're in the winter, pack up those summer clothes and move those out of the way. Just try to make your closet not look like it's stuffed to the hilt. And if you need to do a Goodwill run for the clothes that you're not wearing anymore, this is the time to clean out the closet. And who wants to move it all anyway? So decluttering, you're also saving yourself the time of having to pack and move it and pay a mover potentially. What do you recommend if the closet or kitchen isn't large?
Decluttering even more.
Declutter. Because at the end of the day, the client cannot see the bones of the house if there's so much clutter, right? Yeah. So I always say, if you don't declutter, then the potential buyer cannot see the great bones. Okay.
And everything that we talked about so far, it all comes down to one thing, and it's just getting your house show day.
It does.
It's a checklist for show day.
Show day, exactly. Yeah. And for our pictures. So as realtors, we know that the pictures on the internet and the pricing that we do, those are all the appetizers to get people's interest, right? Yeah. And if they're not interested, we're not getting them to the front door so you can show the house. So those pictures are also the reason that we want the house staged as perfect as we can get, right?
Yes. Yeah, let's
let me hit one more thing.
Oh, yes.
I wanted to say that colors are so important. Like the grays and the whites are out. And everybody's looking at more warmer colors. Alabaster happens to be one of my favorite colors. I know it's a white, but it's a really warm white. And then olive green, navy blue, and warm gray tones, which are warm grayish is what they call them, earth tones. And just remember that color creates emotions, which can be inviting and thoughtfully designed.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's good. Good information.
Yeah.
So let's say the sellers have a showing in an hour.
Okay.
What should they do?
Clean. Clean everything. Well, honestly, your house should already be potentially clean because we've just staged it and we made all the things happen. Yes. Right? So before you leave, just make sure the animals are put away, that there's no dog and cat hair everywhere, that the smell is inviting, and be sure and keep those yards mowed too. That's another big one. And you said something earlier about the yard. Do you remember what you said?
Poop.
Yes.
I don't want to say it, but yes, any kind of, dog poop, or anything like that, like definitely clean that, because us putting our signs out, we see that kind of stuff, so I can't imagine, people walking towards your house and smelling.
And we know that you can't help like the people walking their dogs that let them excuse themselves, but especially in the backyard, it's important. It's important to keep the grass tidied up and clean.
Yes.
People are really sticklers about backyards lately. I'm not really sure what's going on there, but they're really picky about backyards.
Yes. And then we talked about like little things like replacing a blind. There's some blinds that don't go down, or
a light plate or electric, plate. Just all the things. Those little things that you think don't matter, they matter.
Yep. Exactly.
They matter.
And clean the windows again. We got to say that again, only because those are the biggest things that we see the most when we're videotaping.
Yes.
And,
well, we have the Saharan sand dust that's here right now.
Or the rain.
And the rain, the mix of the rain, because I got rain this morning. So the mixture of the dust and the water just kind of makes a mud.
Yeah.
On everything. Yeah.
So true or not true? Buyers will overlook clutter if the house has good bones.
Well, they can't see the bones.
Because it's so much clutter.
Yes. So please, if you didn't hear anything else, just please get rid of that clutter.
Yes. So those are all good points. Clutter can make a house feel like it has a problem even when it doesn't.
Yes, that is exactly right, Laura. It's really the interpretation of how you love the home and took care of the home. Yeah. So if somebody walks in, they're wanting to become emotionally tied to your house, and if they can't move past what you've already laid out, they're not going to buy it.
They're not. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and our job is to sell it.
Yes.
Yes. So staging builds confidence.
And reduces distractions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Next is pricing. Shall we roll into pricing?
Wedding, yes.
Okay. So let's just be honest. Like, we were talking about this earlier, and one of the things that I don't like people wanting to price their house high, what I don't think that some people understand is that I just broke my pen. Sorry, y'all. Don't understand is that if you don't price your house correctly, you're losing out on some traction and potentially finding that buyer, right? Oh, we got a question. Hold on.
Lots of questions.
What do you recommend for lighting? I feel like I prefer warmer lights. Costco softens those lights. Oh, I personally like the warmer lights too. Mm-hmm. I would agree with you, and if I can, I try to move towards the warmer. Matthew says he he likes the LED lights from Costco, but I haven't ever bought them, so I don't really know. But I like warmer lights myself.
I like warm too, but if you're selling a house, I feel like you want as much light as possible.
You do, but you don't want to blind people.
No, true.
You want to make it comfort, right?
But you want to open your blinds.
Yes, definitely open your blinds. Yes.
Okay, now that the home is ready, we cleaned it, decluttered, touched up the paint, cleaned the windows, handled the smells, handled the pets. Seller's question, can we just price too high and see what happens?
No. I mean, all realtors have done it because we want the listing, right? And we figure we'll work from there. But let's just be honest. So when you price your house correctly, you'll know because you'll be getting showings. If you price, and here's the thing, when you get your listing live, that's when you create traction, right? It's fresh. It's like the trailer to the movie, right? I've said this before. If it's not looking beautiful, then how can you expect people to come? And the price has to be appetizing.
Yeah.
Am I saying that you have to give your house away? Absolutely not. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that whatever we tell you the market is saying, it's not something we dreamed up. We literally look at solds and what's for sale in your area, but mostly we go off of solds. Yes. So we're not, let's just say there's a 3-2 bedroom down the street, and I tell you that we should sell your house. Yours is also a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. I say we should list your house at $350, and you're like, wait, the one down the street is $400. And I say, well, how many days on market have they been? Because they're priced too high. Yes. So at the end of the day, we aren't being bad guys and telling you how to price the house because we want you to sell your house too cheap and we just want it to get sold. No, we want you to sell your house where the market tells us it should be priced at.
Exactly.
For sure.
And the appraisers go by the sold homes as well.
Yes, hold on. I'm so sorry. Hold that thought. Stacy said something and I missed it. Depends on the wall color. Tan paint can look yellow. Yes, indeed. It can look really good. It can look really yellow. I was
gonna say, I'm surprised you said that. So we have a lot of antique lighting in my home.
Yeah.
And it does make our pictures look yellow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Another color was it was a color that was super popular about 15 years ago, and it was like a tan color. Is not my favorite color, and my husband says it all the time, and I'm like, nope, it's not going in our house. But literally it does that, Stacy. It turns yellow. Yeah.
With lighting.
It does, yeah. So I'm interrupted you because I saw the question.
So this is another good thing that we talked about. Whenever you price wrong.
Right.
Too high.
When you price too high, it's gonna sit.
It's going to sit, and then there's holding costs.
There is holding costs. So we were talking earlier about holding costs, and what my point is, okay, well, if I can sell your house today versus 3 months or 6 months down the road, if your mortgage and all your holding cost is around $3,000 a month, then in 3 months, that's $9,000, right? So you've already wasted $9,000 when you could have sold it 3 months ago. Let's say it sits on the market for 6 months. Well, now you've wasted $18,000. So pricing is so Keelan braids. Yes, that's it. Thanks, babe. I nothing against you people that love Keelan beige, but it just looks it's like it has actually I think it has more of a pink undertone. See, it like a pinky rosy like color undertone.
Like a peachy or something.
Yeah. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.
And going back to the holding costs, so the worst thing is that you won't get that money back.
No, you won't.
The longer it sits.
Exactly. Yes. Good job.
I know. Good job. I'm so excited.
Yes.
So true or not true, pricing high gives you more room to negotiate.
No, because nobody's coming to buy it. You can't negotiate if nobody's coming to visit the house. This is what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, my house, I think I as a realtor says, hey, we should list it at $350. Why do I say that? Because The market's telling me that. And in a search engine, 350 is the right place to be. And you say, no, Tammy, I want to list it at 355. Well, all those folks that have searches going on realtor.com or homes.com, they've all missed your house at 355 because their search engine went to 350. So you just really have to be thoughtful, because we as realtors know what the percentage of buyers that come to town are looking at certain price ranges. Like the whole 250 to about 400, that's where most of our buyers come from, is in that price range.
So, more questions?
Nope. Oh, I was just checking.
So pricing is not about pricing though. It's about pricing smart.
It's about pricing smart. Absolutely.
And getting those showings. And,
absolutely.
Getting people to come and
visit the home.
And visit the home.
Yes. So staging, photos, because staging, decluttering.
Yes.
Sorry. Photos, because that's our trailer to the show.
Yes.
And then your showings. Like, those are all the key factors of getting your home listed and sold.
And the first week matters.
The first week totally matters. Yeah. But you won't get that traction that first week if it's not priced right. You will not get it.
Correct. So the best formula is condition plus presentation plus pricing.
Yes. Amen.
Yay.
All right. Do we have any other questions out there? Yeah. Did we miss anything?
No, we actually went through the process of staging, the process of pricing,
colors,
and why we do it,
colors, cleaning, all the things. So next week, I believe it's going to be Destiny and I, and we are going to be probably quite a bit longer next week. This week, we just wanted to inform all the sellers out there contemplating selling and what their job is. So go ahead and declutter, pack up things you're not using, and let's get your house listed and sold. And then next week we're going to potentially talk about farm and ranch and commercial. It's not set in stone yet, but that's what was being thrown around. So this will do it for tonight. Thank y'all for joining in. Much. And and we look forward to seeing you next week. Y'all have a good night. Bye.